Coming from the Hill, top DC prosecutor resigns as EPA seeks criminal probe of Biden climate funding. For the Trump administration to be all about efficiency and cost cutting, there's a whole lot of taxpayer dollars being wasted on dumb shit like this. Just so we're clear. The top criminal prosecutor at the U.S. Attorney's Office for the District of Columbia, Denise Chung, resigned Tuesday following a reported directive to launch an investigation into Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, funding approved under the Biden administration. I thought y'all were against weaponizing the federal government. According to media reports, Chung said the probe was premature in a letter to the interim U.S. Attorney Ed Martin, whom President Trump nominated to permanently serve in the role just a day prior. I took an oath of office to support and defend the Constitution, and I have executed this duty faithfully during my tenure, which has spanned through numerous administrations. Chung's 25-year Department of Justice DOJ staffer reportedly wrote of her departure. She encouraged colleagues to fulfill your commitment to pursuing justice without fear or prejudice. Chung was ordered by Martin to investigate the Biden administration's $20 billion funding of 8 nonprofit institutions in charge of doling out cash to projects aimed at mitigating climate change, according to CNN. If it's all about the fraud, why are you passing the buck? Why are you trying to force people? And why are you threatening people with litigation, prosecute, all these things? If it's above board, why don't you do it yourself? And if it's so important and so imperative, why send it down the chain of command? Just a little food for thought. The program was funded by the Inflation Reduction Act, which made the funding available for institutions that can provide financial assistance to help deploy climate-friendly products. GOP, Macedonians, if you will. He's going after and calling the things that you reviewed, you voted in, you okayed, you approved fraudulent. It's time for you to step up and speak out, because these are things that you already sold your constituency on. Stop being afraid of a man who needs tweezers to go pee-pee in a diaper. Okay. The power lies in the people. Be honest with the people. They'll tell you what they want, and they'll tell you what they'll back. Other than that, you know how badly you're going to screw this country. You know how badly you're going to roll back the hands of time. And you do realize that the actions that you're taking now could potentially wipe out your lineage. And I'm not talking about like just from the history books. I'm talking about from the planet, period. Let that sink in. The mandate was reportedly handed down from Emil Bovey, the Justice Department's acting Deputy Attorney General, who also spurred controversy after recently ordering Manhattan attorneys to drop their case against New York City Mayor Eric Adams, Democrat. That order also led to high-profile resignations of federal prosecutors. If you keep getting rid of the best and the people who know the insides and outs, I'll let you put 2 and 2 together and tell me the 4 you're getting. EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin has consistently criticized what he described as rushed funding of the climate organizations, and last week, EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin has consistently criticized what he described as rushed funding of the climate organizations, and last week said he would seek to claw back funds in conjunction with the Justice Department. Why don't you go take a peeky peek at Mr. Zeldin and see why he feels that way? It's not for the protection of the people. It's not because he believes that the funds are being misappropriated. But go take a peek. We will review every penny that has gone out the door. I will be referring this matter to the Inspector General's office and will work with the Justice Department as well, Zeldin said. What Inspector General's office? Y'all fired him. And that is the job of the inspectors generals, to look at things as they're in process. You cannot shut down the government and do this. This is why you cannot run a government like a business, because if you shut the doors for a couple days to do inventory for an audit, that business can still sustain. Everything else going on around the business can still stimulate the economy. The government, you know what? Y'all figure it out. When asked about Chung's resignation on Tuesday, he referred all questions to her departure to DOJ. I just bet you he did. You know what? Just tell me what you think. We'll just go there.